Lolling! He's Papa! Get him! Wrath from the sky! Torn to oblivion!
Pay your dues.
What is next?
Suffer the wrath of Eve!
Rise with the sun! Full throttle!
Can't run from death. You can't.
Burn it down! Get to work! You two! Time to end this! Light of the blazing sun!
Pay your dues.
The wind knows me. Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal!
Rise with the sun!
Show no mercy! Suffer the wrath of Eve!
One with nature.
Pyroclastic surge!
Pay your dues.
Incinerate!
Illusion shattered! The wind knows me.
Fulfill our pact!
Light it up!
Shine down!
Into the wind.
Ad Astra. Thank you for coming.
Time to go. The wind knows me. Time to go. Into the wind.
Should we tell him?
This scenery is wonderful. Time to go. Follow the wind.
Burn it
You two! Time to end
Fallen leaves adorn my neck.
wrath from the skies!
On to oblivion!
Wind strike.
Suffer the wrath of Easley! Pyroclastic surge!
One with nature. Blood's high.
Try and stop me! Show no mercy! You two! Time to end that line of the bleeding sun! Get to work! There is no escape!
Shine down!
Burn it down!
Perhaps we could take a walk by a riverbank or...
Rise to the sun!
Settle down.
Light it up!
Silence.
Take me up! Show no mercy!
Bow your head.
Rise the sun! Rev the engines! Fulfill our pact! Suffer the wrath of Eve! Wrath from the skies! Light it up!
Silence.
One!
Settle down.
You two! Time to end them!
One with nature.
Pyroclastic surge! Incinerate! Full throttle!
Compared to the storms I've encountered out at sea, this is really quite tame. Clear weather all around brightens the heart. Time to go. Time to go.
Let's get down to business.
Show no mercy! Suffer the wrath of evil!
Light of the flaming sun!
Hit the berry.
Incinerate! Try and stop me!
It's been a while since we first set foot on Inazuma. So many things have happened since then. Yeah, so... Huh? Hey! What the heck was that for? Doesn't want to talk, huh? Alright, let's convince him to calm down a little.
Rise with the sun!
So you don't seems like a mistake.
At the very least... No, wait!
Have you ever met someone who carries a sword just like you? Oh, that's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
What the heck is this guy's problem? Well, one thing's for sure. No white, right? Anyway, let's be on the same... Oh? What kind of hunch? A special connection? You mean beyond already knowing? Anyway, there's no time to lose. Let's go tell Kazuha so we won't get into any danger. Paimon heard that the Cross Fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for him there.
Exploration and trials. Adventuring is right.
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive. It's because of that battle. Kazuha keeps to.
Oh!
I've heard bits. Is it really as big? Really? He was called away. I thought they'd come to arrest.
Just a little while ago. Thank you. Guess we'll go.
All right then.
Oh? It's you.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation. We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct the Almighty Show the Tri-Commission is regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan. I trust that you're already somewhat in short, but there came we later learned, considering Mr. in the interest of preventing further
This is a true honor. However, would
I can assure you that nothing with the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaidaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end. You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City, with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full support of the Shogunate.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode. Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaidahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaidahara Kazuha in town.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaidahara really parried the Shogun's strike. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaidahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
What? But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I'm very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way. But perhaps if the shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing!
Why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me? No. This puzzle's my fighting for over time. Those forms are
All the more
indeed.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked her, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has to say. A quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kaidahara Kazuha, we mean.
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaidahara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest. Mr. Kaidahara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidahara's personal information. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions? Of mora? Whoa! Oh, wait. Even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it. Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaidahara. But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual? The Tenryou Commission had very few leads. I thought you might have some information from different sources.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryou Commission would absolutely get involved.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now. I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me. For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
Don't worry, we'll find...
It seems you are every bit the self...
You flatter me.
Oh, let me tell you about...
Sure.
All right then. One of them is a...
Anoma.
Right. 2 grown men. I recalled this because...
Understood. Though it seems...
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma smithy.
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation. I'll get moving shortly myself.
Welcome to Bonton's under detection. What will you have me solve?
Ah, if it...
Yes, the Kaeda after I returned to Inazuma. The techniques of blade... Unfortunately, a series of events led...
So sad.
It is a great pity indeed. In the old days, we each had our specialties. And just as an example, the Amenoma art, there is nothing. As for the art of the...
That's right. For only a...
Indeed, you are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishi.
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan. But let's get back. We hope to assist with the investigation.
Ah, yes. He didn't say a word, but I've done what I can so far.
We heard that there...
Yes. I believe he went to collect the item. Yes. Straight. If I had to guess, he's never been. He is
Truth be told, based on the evidence...
What? He is humble. Yes. But I also cannot... Anyway?
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, I'm under...
Yes. It sounds as if something happened. Let's pay a visit.
Exploration and trials. Adventuring is right up my alley.
Burn it down!
Phew.
very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now. My husband...
No.
I'm sorry you have...
I'm afraid we don't have any new with this in mind.
He'd always get so everything was fine when...
Uh-oh. What happened?
He lost his sense of... Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. He wouldn't sell them. I'm happy he has on the last day that I...
Whoa!
And that led...
Actually, it didn't. You must understand. After I said that, his voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, had I not indulged... And the next thing I heard...
I see. ANOMALY.
At first, my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries. I don't know. He just perhaps ceased to... Even though I'm still a little mad at him. We're a family. And I want as long as he's...
Please don't get upset. If collecting things but the information...
A little
Let's try a change of scenery. Rest assured.
Thank you so...
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise the fire at the where. Do you have any thought?
Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while.
That is the most likely conclusion based on... However, in this case, if this is indeed what happened, one fact that I keep Mr. Nagato, the more I ponder it, the more puzzling. Right. ANOMALY. Let's keep going. Since if we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and...
Okay.
Let's head out of the city and...
Light it up!
Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it
Now I'm picking up...
But there's nothing here.
It's gone now. It felt very much like that, indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy, we should remain vigilant.
So it's an underground warehouse.
The force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place, but the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely. Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time. From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder, amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside. If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
That was too scary! Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us!
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy source left this place. 2 ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen them. Yes, let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this to quiet your mind.
Full throttle!
From this point, the trail appears to be the main source of the Tatarigami.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly trails! They're acting really strange.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look. By the looks of it, well... According to this letter, a conflict or Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the...
So...
He was not only... Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. There's nothing more for us to find here. Yes. Right, if Amenoma Yuya...
Right! So let's get moving!
I wouldn't be surprised for a practitioner of the martial arts. The easiest desire to inflame would all the clues that it... I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the 2 men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Wait! You figured it out? So these 2 cases are connected after all?
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions. On with the search.
Rise with the sun!
Why here?
I'm not sure. Show yourself!
Haide Harakazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! So what's your problem?
Indeed, there's... But what if instead of facing Amenoma Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in him?
Now that you mention it... Whoa!
Tatarigami, the blade, has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years. Or rather, as a means to occupy.
You're sharper than many years as a descent.
I presume it has something to do...
Indeed. At that point in time, he was a blade. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. He not only bestowed upon me the... In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single
So
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
Ah, so Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful!
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you, and by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun. Kaede Harakazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come. Now, give your body over to me!
Fulfill our pact! Light it up!
You'll be right here. Silence! Submit to me! Let the mighty be humble! Join me and sever that divine light! Do not stand in my way.
Big style. But from your move,
Really?
as I've mentioned, since the blade is, if you ask me,
Are you trying to call on his deathbed? He passed in that regard.
because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering, now that I've seen it, after all the...
Oh, that's...
Only when Mr. Well, that brings me to my second point. You were determined. I think you realize, but the way I see it,
What would you know about any of this?
you returned to, even if you were to sever that divine light. Is this truly... Sure, you and how could you possibly...
Silence! I must. I will concede that...
And you should fix...
Is it for you to... I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. It is pointless.
How stubborn. I do not believe...
Very well. Once we have done...
And as for your end of the bargain,
I accept.
Do this, Kazuha!
this is the cursed blades, the power of the Tatari God. Even if we have a chance here to save an innocent...
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too. Now, take me in your hand.
Kazuha?
I felt a little... It's all right. So far, this was as I well,
What should we do next?
we find some enemy. Although this blade has endured much turmoil. If he wants to avoid...
Wait a minute. Since the Takazukaza clan abandoned...
All right.
What about...
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya...
Sure, this is... Okay, fine.
Burn it down! Try and stop me! tired already.
Light it up!
Wherever. In this world, I will leave everything on this journey to me. Into the wind.
As one with wind and cloud.
The wind knows me.
Very high. Very high.
How are you feeling?
I'm all right, though he's making every effort to persevere.
Something anything else on...
Let's keep going.
Lucky day! There's more! See no more! Let's get down to business. How's that? Going somewhere?
Wind strike. Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
How's that? Very. Finally,
Whoa! Something's up with the blade!
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps... I will be careful with it. He's still trying...
time to go.
Into the wind.
And over! That won't work.
Time to go. As one with wind and cloud.
Good now.
Yes.
Are you okay? It looks like
Yes.
the sheep's gonna...
Perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking about? Huh? What the? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk!
If you choose to continue, maybe you did. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition. I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Here they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from? Yup! We can help this time!
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same.
Let's get down to business.
It's fine.
Clouds high. The birds
falling.
You fought way better with your own sword.
You are a true no one knew. I thought that if I could achieve.
But in this too.
Indeed, too much time has passed. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi.
Actually, forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power. Skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Ishin art. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry. From here on, I shall forge your legacy." How could I go back on my word?
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say. He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine.
When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported to a strange dimension. It was somewhere I've never been. A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the Blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth that he spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. But he never wished to rival the gods. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith, that they were still worthy of being trusted.
So that's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were worked by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. This blade has... Yes, time would not wait. He seems to have...
What I once told him but darkness, not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Amenoma Yuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix too? Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Amenoma Yuya as promised. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey, the next in a long line of transgressions. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience a true duel between samurai.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you. He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
I see. He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despised him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Terrio Commission.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention?
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
This reminds I'm in a bit of the crust gap. We still can't hold still. Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. Successor.
Successor of
Honored to cross.
It is my honor.
Time to get wind strike. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, his sense of...
You also fought well. There are a few things...
I must apologize.
You need not seek my... It is too late for all of
I do not wish for forgiveness. I strayed far. I beseech you.
Yes.
Thank you.
This blade has also told me that maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go?
I'm not sure.
Whatever would you do without me?
Rise the sun!
It's you!
I'm sorry to have...
A prize? But I have some good...
Really?
Yes. Badly woo... And now that you...
I think I know what
What's wrong, Kazuha?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief... He tells me that I have decided... Thank you. I will... Okay. I am ready.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything. In him.
Yes, the cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hours yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his eternal wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all, and ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that his conscious...
Kagotsurube, it seems like it's only in the
Seems like...
the same fervent ambition negates speaking for myself. I'd rather... I understand. Hearing his wish, your quest to face the god after everything...
Oh,
I will continue to support you for...
great!
Oh, and it's also time...
Burn it down!
Becoming an outstanding adventurer.
Light up!
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into ANOMALY Yuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin, a weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well, I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Azua?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now. As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
You must have a whole bunch of questions after our last conversation with Nahida. I was ready to ask her a million more questions, but didn't want to seem too pushy. Like, about these descenders. So, does that just mean people like you who come traveling to Teyvat from someplace else? And as for your brother... so many questions. Let's go find Nahida and see what else we can find out.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand? An essay! That means facts and logic.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatara Suna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person. I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason—
Yes, you came to—
Did one of them just mention Tatara Suna? Is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in— Great! Let's go find out what this Tatara Suna mystery is all about.
Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. If only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about her, this seems like the kind of thing she'd know about.
Oh, you're—
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started,
Sawada, for the, traveler.
Actually—
my teacher—
If you don't—
hold on, Sawada.
Well, fair point.
Let me give you— But in the end, apart from the sword—
That's right.
So first—
Yes, my—
Stop shouting!
This part's important. It just so— Even back then.
Wait, so there are—
That's right!
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah,
Wow, yes. You really know your— Something then seemed—
kinda hard?
Sawada, you left out the—
Oh, yes, of course.
Get to the point.
According to information acquired by—
Puppet?
Aha!
No.
I agree.
Oh, and please read my essay drafted. Sawada was—
Wait, you're not to just make—
Akabal. Besides, if the—
good point.
We have some other stuff to do.
All right, thank you.
If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many... Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like... the Balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Rise with the sun! Light it up!
Traveler, Paimon, yeah, back did he escape or... Hey, what are you doing in the same... I know you must have a... It was my... A deal?
What did you expect? Why do you think... But if that's the...
Flat.
Ah, so if it were up to you...
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. But, Paimon... Don't you dare try... As long as the term...
Well...
Yes. One in which I gained Vapa Paladier's Plus. Wait a second. Farmer? I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming...
Sometimes it's you using them, so as long as you have some value... Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Yeah, obviously! Nikita, don't listen to him! Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch. Nikita, are you serious about this? Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul. Oh yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that? Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information, and should be able to find it more quickly. Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies every time we run into him! I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all. Our minds have connected several times before. There's a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns. As Sumeru's deity, It is my responsibility to be on guard against the balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you. If this deal with the balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it. It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it. I'm still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help? I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. It seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned. Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great. Thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul. Wow. It looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards, but right now, I'm on temporary release, so maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own...
Fine, let's call it truce, but only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are going to be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
You sure are confident. I'll give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going. Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy! It's unbearable!
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him!
Wow! So this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh.
Irminsul is closely entered. Pick your jaws up.
Why is it that
Lesser Lord Kus...
Can you still sit?
Yes.
Permission granted.
Let's go.
Hey, so... say we did...
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe...
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
It looks the same in every direction.
wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge tree!
Lesser Lord Kusanagi.
Good, you made it.
Ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk? Yes.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
That's...
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will... Well done. So, you made contact with that part of his mind.
Huh.
Everyone has...
Speaking of puppets...
If you mean the mysterious events, the...
Really?
Oh? How interesting.
So the guessing got...
Well...
Must be a riveting Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Of course you do.
So...
Still looking.
Wait!
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. Right now, we have to... Huh?
This light...
Anonymous date?
Hey! Don't you forget the...
Shh! Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth...
There's no one else who can enter the first...
Is that so?
Whoa!
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have, under your leadership, as I understand, the riding, the forging industry with skills.
Yes, well, you allowed it even now.
You flatter me.
So you say, Escher.
My good sir.
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. What have we gained from adopting you? And recently, none of the people who went out... That doesn't faze you, does it?
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noted...
After all, Why, Mr. Neil...
Enough! I'm here because I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death.
Judging from the look at...
Drop the act! We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like you're planning to destroy... I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You!
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatarasuna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But this makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this? Why go to all this trouble?
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
The Fatui? Who? What do you want?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us. He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa. Already dead. What a pity. Jester, I have completed the task. I'd like to...
Hey,
Dottore. Good.
was that the doctor? But why do we see things from his perspective?
When I touch the doctor to confirm...
Maybe so.
Does it? You know very well...
Let's give him some space.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
I'm so confused about the Tatarasuna incident.
So nobody has ever deceived, so now you have... It was all a horrific experiment of all the... After the events, the load was far... The mechanic answered, the mechanic removed. The balladeer was... He thought Niwa had completed...
Holy...
Yes.
Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend. It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not...
Does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this world. Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens respond?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent, Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me. Give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside your head? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past? Done.
Huh?
Nothing. So long.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names those who died in...
Hey!
You know, but if a colony of...
Valadier! Uh-oh, he just... Oh no! He's really gone!
Oh, can you hear me?
Minihita!
Traveler, Paimon,
That was the Valadier!
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took everything he had?
Where the heck did he go? Oh, it's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an eye on him. Sorry, Minihita.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
Burn it down! Full throttle!
Another kill.
Are you feeling any better now?
Yes. I think the Dendro Archon made a really good point. I need to stop dwelling on my wife like this and move on with my life. Now that I think about it, my wife and I always meet at a familiar place in my dreams. I know where that place exists in reality, but it's a bit far and dangerous. I don't dare to go there on my own. But at the same time, I feel as if I should go and have a look anyway. Perhaps I'll be able to move on once I see that there's nothing there. Otherwise, I'll keep on feeling like everything is covered in a haze, like I'm only half awake. Once I can stop dreaming about that place, I'll probably be able to get my life back together. Actually, you two are adventurers, right? If it's okay with you, could you escort me to that place?
be a good chance for us to unwind. Even if you can't see your wife there, taking in some nice scenery will definitely help cheer you up.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Alright, go ahead and get yourself ready then. Are you headed off to some interesting place without telling me again? Huh? Wait, aren't you supposed to be answering questions? I just finished, and I really got a lot out of it. So many interesting and novel thoughts. Anyway, it looks like you're going somewhere. Why don't you take me with you?
Oh, there's no need to trouble you, great Dendro Archon. I imagine you must have many other important things to deal with.
No need to stand on ceremony. Besides, I wouldn't have asked to come along if I didn't have a good reason. I wanted to use this opportunity to discuss with you some things that are puzzling me right now.
Huh. I didn't know the great Dendro Archon could become puzzled too.
I'm not all that different from you, you know. Alright, let's go. We can talk on the way.
Perhaps we could take a walk by a riverbank or somewhere similar.
Wow, time flies! Just like that, it's time for us to embark. Need to head to that one next. Never I called it a nation. Exactly! Huh. Yes, yes! Okay, just make sure you get Paimon's good side. Wait, hang on a minute. What's with the photo shoot?
Well, I heard you two were about to leave for the next part of your journey. After everything you...
Oh, Oh, so, yeah, that's, we? All those obstacles we overcame side by side. Feels like it was just yesterday. Don't be a stranger now, partner.
If you encounter any troubles along your journey, you need only let us know, no matter the distance between us.
Partings are inevitable, of course, but distance makes the heart grow fonder, right? One thing will never change, though. We'll always have the memories we made together during this time. Whoa, you're all here! That we will. I'm looking forward to hearing about your future adventures, so make sure to stop by and tell us about them sometime.
Well, in light of your impending departure, shall we take a photo together?
Ooh, great idea! We even have a professional photographer with us. Charlotte, would you do us the honor? Leave it to me. Just give me a moment to set the camera up. Oh, by the way, you're overthinking the whole Natland issue, Paimon. Natland has human inhabitants, and it's just that, because of their local, they're not unwelcoming many members of the...
Well, that's a relief. Hopefully we don't get swept up in any major drama this time.
Well, given your experience at...
Still, oh, right. Well then, traveler. Bon voyage!
Wow! So this is Natland! So many strange mountains, and so many animals Paimon has never seen before! Doesn't look like there are any. Good idea! Finding people means we can learn information about the local Archon! And once we've met the Archon, we should have a better idea of what to expect during our journey. Well, Paimon hopes this one is easy to get along with. As long as we don't get on their bad side, we should be fine. Come on, let's keep following the road.
Many insects have a compulsion to follow the light, and humans are the same. Except we call that light hope. Exploration and trials. Adventuring is right up my alley. Instead of confining themselves to the heavens, God should broaden their horizons in the world below. Exploration and trials.
Light it up!
Whoa! Check out those colorful pictures on the walls! We gotta be on the right track.
Rise with the sun! Try and stop me!
I'm sorry.
You can't We really are. We're just...
Pilgrimage register.
Well, alright. I guess it is what it is. I just wish I was stronger. I'm nothing compared to the other ancient name bearers. But never mind.
Well,
yeah.
Of course. Guess I'll have to wait until the next pilgrimage.
Looks like that little girl over there was just abandoned.
Huh? Oh gosh, I'm fine.
Yep, we discussed Ant-Man.
Oh, welcome! I'm Kachina, Utha PT Kachina. Oh, that's something we call an ancient name. It's a tradition we have here in Natlan, although it's kind of complicated to explain. You can think of it like a title for now. If you're here for the pilgrimage of the return of the sacred flame, you'll find out what they mean soon enough.
So, this pilgrimage, is that what you were discussing earlier?
Oh, yeah! It's a competition we hold every so often, where everyone competes to try and get the highest ranking. The competition receives tons of attention, so if you place highly, you're guaranteed instant acclaim, and you earn the right to take part in the Night Warden Wars. Basically, the winners become heroes, and that's pretty much everyone's goal around here.
Sounds like a massive fighting tournament or something. You have to be in a team to participate?
Well, due to the sheer number of participants, the pilgrimage is actually divided into two phases. Phase 1 is a team competition. Usually an ancient name bearer serves as the team captain and leads their team in various battles around Natlan, with the goal of capturing Sacred Flame. Oh, and an ancient name bearer is just someone with one of those titles I mentioned earlier. Someone like me. Once the team competition is over, the participants from the winning teams qualify to take part in individual one-on-one matches.
Yeah, the skill seems pretty huge. Wait a minute. If ancient name bearers lead the teams, that means you must be a team captain.
Sure am. Although, I don't exactly have any team members anymore. The key to winning is in the strength of the team captain. That's what everyone says. But, the difference in strength between bearers can practically be night and day. So, their decision does make sense. I'd feel the same way if I were in their shoes. All ancient name bearers have to take part. It's our duty. So if no one wants to be on my team, then I'll just go it alone. At worst, I'm looking at a few extra scrapes and scratches. I'm not great at fighting, but I always manage to get back on my feet in no time.
Psst, Traveler. Based on the direction of this conversation, Paimon thinks it might be time for us to do our thing. Yep, time for the next phase of our journey to start for real!
What are you guys talking about? Sorry, didn't mean to freak out on you. I just... how should I put this? I really appreciate the offer. That's so unbelievably generous of you. But only people from Natlan are allowed to take part in the pilgrimage.
Oh, Paimon thought we could just join your team and fight our way to the top and then become heroes.
It's alright. Really. I mean, no one's ever offered to join my team before.
Really?
We're all usually on good terms, but whenever pilgrimage registration rolls around, it feels like everyone starts avoiding me. They don't make eye contact or bring up the pilgrimage. It's like they're afraid I'll ask them to join my team. I probably don't even need to explain the reason. I'm too weak. It's pretty obvious there's nothing to gain from being on my team. That really doesn't matter to you?
Oh, don't you worry. The Traveler's strong enough for the three of us. Gods, dragons, giant narwhals. She can give them all a run for their mora.
Oh, I get it. You were able to overlook my lack of strength because you're confident in your own skill.
That's right. We always try to help people out during our travels. That's what makes a true adventurer.
A true adventurer. You guys are really special. You know you're strong, but you don't take yourselves too seriously. That's exactly the kind of person I want to become. You're planning on staying in Natland for a little while, right? Mind if I try to learn from you while you're here?
Learn from us?
Yeah, you know, like a disciple or a sidekick. You don't even have to teach me anything. I'll just observe. I promise I won't be in the way. Besides, I can take you to see the sights and introduce you to Natland in the meantime.
What do you think, Traveler? Seems like she really looks up to you. Oh, right. Didn't those people from earlier say the registration period was about to end? You don't need to focus on finding new teammates?
Don't worry about it. I wouldn't be able to manage it this close to the deadline anyway. I lose all the time. I'm used to it. Everyone around me is used to it. So it's fine. No one expects anything out of me. But if I manage to learn a thing or two from you, I might just pull off a win next time. Thank you! Who would have thought I'd get the chance to meet such impressive adventurers? Today must be my lucky day! Well, come with me, you two. I'll show you where I grew up and introduce you to our tribe, the Children of Echoes. Hello, I'm Kachina, a member of the Children of Echoes. I adore green fruits and would love to become more strong, even though I'm still not much of a fighter. I should probably save all that for later, right? Then, are you hoping to go somewhere? I'm pretty familiar with these parts, so I can show you the way.
Whoa. That thing over there looks super intimidating. You sure it's not gonna fall off?
Don't worry. Our tribe works closely with stone. That's one of our symbols, actually. It's not going anywhere, I promise you.
So, saurians aren't bishops? So, saurians aren't bishops? So, saurians aren't bishops? So, saurians aren't bishops? So, saurians aren't bishops?
Many of our tribespeople love music and dance and have an amazing sense of rhythm. In the past, Outlanders have come here just to study our culture and exchange views. My parents wanted me to learn dance, but I wanted to become a warrior instead. Introduce you. This is Io, my Saurian companion, and also an important member of my family. He's saying hello. I think he likes you.
Saurian? So in that land, you consider Saurians to be part of your family?
Of course. That land is not only a nation of heroes, but also a nation of Saurians. They occupy an important place in every tribe. Outlanders always seem to think of Io as my pet. Io and Igo, the children of Echoes, have the closest ties to the all Saurians. See? Io agrees with me. Oh, no way! You have a Saurian companion too! Oh, what a sweet little thing! Alright, you two go have fun. I've got some no mischief, okay? And you better... the most cherished and most sacred item in our tribe. It symbolizes the Why of?
Is that a god of some sort?
Sort of? We hold regular gatherings here, actually. The Why of know the past and can...
Huh?
Kachina, what are you doing here?
Chief! Oh, let me introduce you. This is Baka, the chief of our chief. These two just arrived in Natlan. They're super accomplished adventurers, and they're letting me stick by them so I can learn a thing or two. Hello.
Kachina is a child of our tribe. Her safety is my responsibility. So I'll just come out and say it. I don't know how you met her, but I'm going to need you to prove your identity.
Whoa. There's no need for that, Chief. They're good people. I can feel it.
A feeling isn't going to satisfy your parents, Kachina.
How about, we show you our adventurer handbook. It's where all our previous travels are recorded.
The people who belong to the Adventurers Guild are kind of a mixed bag. Huh? You're the Traveler. And you're Paimon, her familiar.
Paimon is a guide. Jeez, these rumors are getting out of control. Okay, maybe this one's not that bad. It does make you seem super powerful and mysterious, Traveler. Wait, is there something special about those names?
You haven't heard?
Nope.
Learn well from her, Kachina. It's unlikely you've ever had a teacher of greater merit.
Really? To earn that kind of praise from the chief?
Apologies for not trusting your word.
Oh, don't worry about it. You were just doing your duty.
Well, Kachina's still young, so you can never be too careful. As for you, Kachina, isn't registration about to close?
Don't worry, Chief. I told my teammates to go ahead. I may not be much of a fighter, but I am quick on my feet. Kachina's trying.
I see.
Let me think. Oh, right.
Well, now you can think of an ancient name, almost like a label for these stories.
For example, by the time he fought, even though he wasn't quite where he used to be.
Ancient name. Do you have your stone on you, Kachina?
Of course. Here, take a look. Whoa. That black stone looks so mysterious.
The Y up the side as time passed and turn.
Just like me, but if I didn't know this, then you're...
None at all. And that is precisely how...
Think of it this... Oh,
someone had our forebear, the miracles of the past, so there's no rush, Kachina. As long as you...
Thank you, Chief. Well, it's getting... right. I'm not sure... Is that where the... Yup. And outside of... Of course. Sounds like the plan, then.
Well, if...
Alright, they're up. I got so carried away. Chief, but he's not... He'll find out what really happened when he sees me Yeah. It's not their fault. We all grow up not out of a self anyway. Don't worry about it. It'll also be a great opportunity to experience our culture and history. Alright, time to leave our settlement. Let's head that way. Our last stop, the Statue of the Seven, is also in that direction. Let's go!
Show no mercy!
Light it up!
The statue is so pretty! Is that what the Pyro Archon is like? You betcha! Beautiful. It didn't work when you tried earlier either! Now we know that wasn't a fluke. What's going on here? Huh? You can get elemental power from... This would have been such... It's so weird that it's... Aww. Sorry, Katina. We got your... No. That's something only vision bearers can use. Could you show me? Take it away, Traveler! Oh, just Geo. Anyway, I was right. Just wait until you hear about our previous adventures. Whoa! What's that? Oh, that's a cuckoo-soar. They fly high and fast, and they're always full of energy. Right? It's been ages since that day we first saw Dvalin. We've come so far. Oh, before I forget, we've got a pretty long trek ahead of us, so here, take this. They look like shiny little gems, don't they? Don't be fooled, though. It's actually candy. My mom made them. I always bring a few when I know I'm gonna be out and about for a while. A little boost of sugar can really come in handy in a pinch. Woo! Paimon loves candy, thanks! My pleasure, my pleasure! I've got all sorts of bits and bobs on me. I'm sure they'll come in handy at some point. Yeah.